When is it time to move out of mommy's house? To be an adult, to get your full independence, there is no way around it. You have to take the big step to move out and buy your own toilet paper, buy your own paper towels, buy your own diet soda, buy your own ice cream. To be an adult, there is no way around the fact that you have to go out there on your own and build your own life. If you don't, you'll be resentful and you'll be screaming at your mother, screaming that she brought home the wrong Hot Pockets, resentful to your mother or to your father. But you have nothing to be resentful for. Because look, maybe you don't want to be born, maybe you hate this life, and I understand that, I feel that. But you're here and you have to make the most of your life. And you have to stop the blame game, you have to stop the therapy, circus merry-go-round. And you have to say, you know what? My life doesn't get better if I don't go out there scared, financially struggling, and start my own life. Now, you may need help. We all need help. I got help to move out. But what's the age? At what point in life, at what age should you move out of mommy's house? 25. At the age of 25, your life is a quarter of the way over. You should be at a certain level of maturity and of adulthood. Now, some of you psychopaths who are 40 years old, stealing your mother's social security, ordering Chinese food, and have 5 different fake YouTube accounts, this message doesn't apply for you, but you control until I find out that you have bad character, and then I'll block you. But for everyone out there that wants a measurement, a specific number on when they should start to take it serious on moving out, the age 25. That's an average number. That's a baseline number. There's exceptions. But I think if you realize that the average life expectancy is 80, and it's really 76 for males, I think 78 for females. I always like to round it up. The average life expectancy is 80. I think you realize that a quarter of your life is over at 25. And barring you having a severe mental or physical disability, then it's time for you to go out there and build your own life. There's going to be times in your life where you may have to retreat back to mommy's house. If you go through a divorce, if you get physically hurt, if you have a challenge in life, and we've all had them. And again, that's why you have loved ones. But I could tell you this, I came close in my mid to late 20s when I lost my job. And well, I got laid off, but I still worked. I worked at the pizzeria. I did side jobs. But I lost a major part of my income, and I was struggling paying the mortgage, and I was going into debt. But what I said to myself is, once you have your independence, you don't want to go backwards to someone else calling the shots. And I have a loving mother. She's been always supportive and done a lot for me. But what I could tell you is there is nothing like living on your own. And you are never going to be fully an adult, fully embrace your unique life. You have a different fingerprint than your mother, than your father. You're never going to embrace that if you're living under their house. It's impossible. And certainly when your parents get older, which I'm faced with now, and as things evolve, then they may need to live with you. But I think when parents get older, they kind of want to hold on to their independence as long as they can. Why? Because they realize when they get older and they have to live with their children, they're going to live with their children under their rules. Just like when you're 0 to 18, you live in your parents' house under their rules. When your parents get old and they're close to life expectancy, 80, if they come back to live with you, they're going to live with you under your rules, where you want, how you dictate. You had a curfew when you were young. Guess what? Now you're a senior citizen parent. They got a curfew. You tell them what to eat. That's how the circle of life works, guys. And that's why your parents want to keep their independence as long as they can. That's why they got the little electronic scooters. All right, now some of you lazy-ass people, I saw some people today, lazy as hell, driving a scooter. No reason to be in a scooter, just like there's no reason for some of you psychopaths to have a handicap sticker on your car and then moonwalk and order a extra cheese sub. But that's okay. I believe everyone should have the right to do whatever they want, as long as what they're doing is not hurting anyone. But at the age of 25, you have to take a serious evaluation of your life, okay? And whether you're going to decide to rent a house, buy a house. And my biggest financial mistake in the beginning was I bought a house too big initially. I was looking at a small starter condo, but my mom said she was willing to help me with a down payment, which I would caution you to intermingle family money and your own independence. I think I probably made some mistakes along the way. So what I would share with you is buy below your means if you're going to buy when you're young, or rent below your means, or if you're going to be a nomad, give it a shot. And look, if you're going to be a nomad, if you just started and you're struggling because you want your independence, then, look, stick with it for a little bit, okay? Because even if you have to go back to your mommy's house, you're going to go back more mature, because there's no experience in life like life experience. You can go and you can get a doctor's degree, but until you start to work and work consecutively for the same company for a certain amount of years, you don't have work experience, and that's what life is. You have to have life experience. It gives you greater perspective, greater knowledge. Now, again, there are some people out there that, have mental or physical limitations, and they're always going to have to be under someone else's house. Again, you know your own rules. But look, if you say that's the case, you have to realize that, you're not going to have your full independence. It's a give and take, guys. But you can't say you want to be fully independent and have someone else help you. But I think humans need space. I think humans need their own boundaries. Adults need to build their own life. There's no exact science. Okay, I can't say that 25 years of age. I think I moved out when I was 22 with my mom's help, but I had a job. So I have some, siblings and stuff. They say, "Mom, help me," but they don't work. So guys, look, you still have to have a job. You still have to, even if someone helps you with a down payment on a house or helps you with a security deposit for a rent, you have to sustain that lifestyle, which means you have to work. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people out there on YouTube, they try to live on disability. If you can do it, I'm not mad at you. Whatever you need to do, but you may not be able to. Some people living on low Social Security. That's what I always tell young, physically and mentally able people that can work when you're young. Don't kill yourself. Don't always work jobs you hate, but sometimes you have to. Because when you get older, you can't put any more into Social Security. You only have so much time left. And do you think you want to be working hard, at 65, 70? No. You want to be going out there just living life on your terms. I could tell now I am 39 years old, okay, halfway through my life statistically. And as I get older, guys, my energy levels are going down. I don't have the same, and I have a lot of energy, a lot of passion compared to the average person. But I could still feel my energy levels dipping as I get older. So it's very important, I think, that while you have energy, while you have youth, while you have maybe even some ambition, that you go out there and you make some mistakes. And still, when you're younger, even if you fail, then maybe your parent will still be alive, or other people that, again, I know a hard-working person right now, hard-working, came here from another country, learned another language, worked their way up from working fast food all the way to the corporate world. Okay, some people who migrate here legally work harder than some lazy Americans, and lazy Americans despise them. I know an American made a video the other day. She works part-time, lazy, apathetic, bitching and moaning that someone didn't have her cheeseburger right. And the person who's over here who knows two languages, they may speak with an accent, but they know two languages, working harder than she's ever worked in her life. And she was bitching and moaning about them. Look, it's not them taking a job, it's you being lazy. Okay. Laziness is one of the most warned things in the Bible, not to be lazy. The Bible really doesn't bash abortion. It really doesn't bash being gay. It speaks about certain things like that, but it really does bash being lazy. Okay, so if you're lazy, guess what, guys? God doesn't like you. That's the truth. That's what the Bible says. Okay, but guess what? You only like the parts you like about the Bible. Well, me too. I pick what I like. I leave what I don't. Why? Because I think for myself. Okay. But what I could tell you is this, guys. Independence, which is embedded in a level of creativity. I don't think you can be your full creative self if you're not independent. When I was down in Florida, I would spend time at this one Starbucks, and this younger but middle-aged lady would come in. She had a lot of artwork. She lived with her parents. She seemed very capable, but she said, but she was drawing all this art, right? So She asked me what I was doing on my computer. I was doing IT stuff. And I told her, like, generally what I do. And then I was asking her, what do you do? You got all this artwork and stuff? She goes, well, I do children's books. I said, really? And then we started talking about life. And I said, do you make any good money off children's books? I said, because it's very hard to be an author and make money. Very hard to make money in the creative arts. Creative arts, could be music, physical art, acting, etc. I said, do you make any money off that? She goes, nah, not really. I do it for my passion. She goes, my parents are well off. I live with my parents. And sure enough, her father came in the Starbucks, towards the end of the day, and she was still painting. She goes, all right, let's go. So the parent, even though she's never got to work, I guess her parents are rich. And I'm not hating on that. Donald Trump's parents were rich. Donald Trump's from New York City, one of the most liberal states in the country. Okay, that's where he made his money, not Tennessee. Where was Ronald Reagan from? California. Oh, never forget it, guys. Never forget it. They love to bash you. But what I could tell you is this. When the time had passed, her father came in and said, get your stuff. It's time to go. To this lady, to this middle-aged girl who lived with her parents. They're very well off. And she was rushing to get her things. I felt she felt embarrassed. I felt a little bit embarrassed for her. Why did she feel embarrassed? Because she didn't have her full independence. Here she is, a middle-aged adult, and her parents are calling the shots. Why are her parents calling the shots? Because her parents control her housing, control her shelter, control the dollar bill. And when you don't go out there and try to make a life for your own, and again, you're going to need help. I got help, but you got to work. You got to do your part. You're never going to be able to call the shots. You're going to be sitting as a grown adult in Starbucks, and your parents are going to come like they're picking you up from school and say, all right, let's go. I mean, come on, guys. Now, you'd be better off living in a Volkswagen. Just don't date a girl who lives in a Volkswagen. I was talking to a friend the other day. And we were talking about, the next generation. They don't have pensions. They don't have annuities. It's going to be tougher to retire, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, yeah, I think that's true. Middle class, statistically, even with economy at the all-time high as far as stock market and GDP, statistically, the middle class continues to shrink. Certain people, they're still making, doing their thing. But, the average person is not in some instances. But either way, I said, I said, look, there's two biggest problems with that. One is, higher education is way overpriced. People come out of college with too much debt. And the second thing is, as soon as you hit 25, either graduate college or you get some type of trade certification or you start to build a career and you move out. The next thing you do after you move out is you get into a relationship. And after you get into a relationship and you're mid or late 20s, you start to have children. And then forget it, the deal's sealed. Because once you get in a relationship, once you have kids, then really what happens to a lot of people is then they hit middle life, 10 years after being married, then they get divorced, then they go back with their parents, they have to reset their life, and then they venture out again. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what I tell you, look, if you're 25, don't be in a rush to get married and have kids, unless that's what you want to do. You should do whatever you want if you're an adult. But having a kid is the most expensive thing you can do, and it's definitely going to struggle you with going out there and getting your independence. A lot of people, I know a lot of ugly people here on YouTube, is that they curse the Lord for cursing them with ugly looks or being too short. And I said, look, don't curse the Lord. He may have spared you. Go look at a hot person. One of the most devastating things is divorce, okay? Is heartbreak, is unhealthy relationships. Number one cause of stress, unhealthy relationships. Money's number two. I was watching an interview today with Halle Berry on YouTube. Every time I think of Halle Berry, I think of the Monster Bowl, when she had like that sex scene with Bill Thornton. But either way, so I think initially that's how I found the interview, because I was looking for that clip, when she was having sex. So I started looking at different interviews of Halle Berry, famous American actor. And so I saw one interview she had done, and she was talking about her career and her life, and about how she was trying to get this one role during a certain part of her career. And she goes, she almost didn't get the role because the producer thought she was too beautiful. And again, here's another lesson for all you ugly people out there. She goes, but he didn't realize just because I was physically beautiful, I've been through so much hurt in life. And then the person who was interviewing her, he goes, yeah, I heard about, your father left you. I heard about that you got into a serious accident. You had this problem. You had that problem. And you know what? She didn't acknowledge any of that. She goes, yeah, all that's true. She goes, but I've also been divorced. The number one thing she mentioned was not that she had a parent that abandoned her. It was not that she went through a physical hardship. The number one thing she mentioned was going through a divorce. Here she is, one of the most beautiful women in the world. At that time, her looks will fade, just like Jane Fonda and every other girl, just like every other guy. Beauty fades. The Bible says that too. The Bible says you should not be lazy, and the Bible says beauty fades. Never forget it. But the first thing that came to her mind was divorce. Very painful. So here she is, beautiful person, divorce. Famous, rich, divorce hurts. Relationships hurt. But she was saying, like, she had to recall all these things, all these times she was hurt in her life to try to, like, muster up enough sales pitch to get the acting role, because the role required her to be a woman that has been hurt in life. Okay. And part of being an adult and moving out of mommy's house and being, and building your life and your career is you have to sell yourself, guys. You have to fight for what you want. Okay? Like I always tell you guys, like, I'm not going to be fighting for no chick. Okay? I'm not going to be jumping in the Atlantic Ocean trying to save you if you drown. Why? Because I'm not a lifeguard, guys. I'm a YouTuber. Okay? But, like, I'm going to fight for a good job. I'm going to fight for a good parking spot. I'm not going to fight if you start drowning in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going to call a lifeguard, guys. Come on, guys. What do you want me to be? Everything? Lifeguard, therapist? I can't be everything, guys. I play to my strengths. But in life, to build your life, to get out of mommy's house, you have to sell yourself. And you have to go out there and fight. And, the main thing is showing up consistently. And the main thing is putting yourself out there and not giving up. Okay? All corny, basic stuff. But guys, when you're ever in doubt, show up to work and don't stop showing up, and stay out of gossip. Stay out of drama. That'll get you farther in life than any college degree. And money equals independence. And the reason you want money and independence is so you can live on your own. Because let me tell you something, you're never going to be happy living at mommy's house. Even if you got a great mother. I got a great mother. But guys, I've been moved out since 22. Okay? I see my mother probably more than most psychopaths do. And they live with their mother. But they stay in their basement eating Hot Pockets. That's truth. And shout out to all the daughters out there scamming their mom's Social Security. Buying new bags, I ain't met you. Living in a 55 and older community, and you ain't 55, but your mom is, so you use that as like a scam. I'm not mad at you. But what I could tell you is this, guys. Look, I love my mom. Spend more time with her than most people. Okay, she's been a blessing in my life. But guess what, guys? Been on my own since 22, and haven't gone back. Okay, I'm up here in New Jersey now. Why? To see my mom. Okay, spend more time with her maybe than some siblings that live with her, But the whole thing is, the reason we have a great relationship is because, guys, I go to my own corner, she goes to her own corner, and we live our own lives. And she wants her independence. Your mom, to all my guys out there who are mama's boys, and there was a season of my life, maybe I was a little bit of a mama's boy. Guess what, guys? You got to become a man, not a mama's boy. Okay? You got to love and respect and cherish your mother, but you got to become an adult. Okay? And your mom wants her independence. Okay, your mom wants to eat chocolate and cheese, and she don't want you asking about Hot Pockets. Okay, your mom loves you; she wants to see you. But you guys both need your separate space. If not, that's when the knives come out. Like, there's a couple times in my life I saw guns and knives come out. Sometimes at concerts, sometimes at the strip club, sometimes at a house when a grown adult is living with their mother. That's the truth. There's been 3 times in my life I saw weapons of mass destruction get pulled out. When? At concerts, at the strip club, and when 2 adults are living in the same house. That's truth. Guys, people need their own space. That's truth. But what I could tell you is, many people are scared to go out there. And look, even if you're going to live in your car, I know, like, first you get out excited, I'm going to show my mom. And then 5 weeks later or 3 weeks later, you get scared and you go back with your tails between your legs. Even then, you'll be better off because you'll be more appreciative, you'll show more respect, but you're never going to be happy. Why? Because, look, you're meant to be an adult. And look, if you're destitute, if you're hurting physically, mentally, emotionally, and you need to reset your life, that's what loved ones are for. If your parent is elderly and they have to live with you, look, that's what life is about. But, look, guys, whoever controls the deed of the house, whoever controls the dollar bill, They control the rules. That's the truth. Can't get around it. And that's why at a certain point, guys, I got to get out of mommy's house. Okay. And that's the message tonight, guys. I broke down life for you, okay, in 20 minutes. Okay. I appreciate if you click that thumbs up button and share the video. Why? Because look, guys, I got to take it when I can get it. Because I got a lot of psychopaths I got to block because they think I'm playing games on YouTube. I'm not playing games. Okay. I'm having fun. I'm breaking it down for you. Trying to do a side hustle out of it. Okay. But guys, I'm also trying to give you some good stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's take a hydration break. Good job. All right, let's read all live comments, see what you guys got to say. Cameron, good to see you, brother. Hey, Sam, what's up, man? Woohoo. Shout out to Detroit, brother. Starting to get cold. You got to put that jet ski in storage, but I love you all my heart. Hope you're doing good. Cameron, yep, all my friends still live in their parents' house. We are 23. I moved out at 22, close to 23, so you're 25 is the age you should target to try. Again, if you fail and you have to come back, at least your parents still alive where you have that buffer. But look, everyone has a different circumstance. I'm just sharing my opinion, my experience. Warren, good evening, Sam. Good evening to you. I moved out at 23. Thank you for sharing. Dad dropped serious hints that I should get out. I could take a hint. Well, hey, damn right. I wondered why I didn't do it sooner, but I'm glad that I waited to become more independent. Good job, Warren. Great testimony, brother. Thank you for sharing. Shout out to your cat and to that emoji. I remember the comment you left the other day. I'm praying for you, brother. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. I appreciate that. Unless you're a psychopath. Yeah, that's true. And then they're going to come in here with 50 different profiles. And I block them. Sometimes I watch the replay. And I look at their history of what they watch and what the content is. And then I go back and I block them. And then they come in the next day. They think they're going to ask me the same questions. Sometimes they try to ask me nice questions, just like to play games with me. And then they come in the next day and they see that they're blocked. And they see look, I'm not gonna play games with you. Why? Because you're a psychopath. Okay. And I'm not impressed. Gary. Hey, Sam. How are you? I'm good. How are you, brother? Dennis. Man. You really broke it down, Sam. Well, I tried. Thank you, brother. No coming out of finances. Oh, commingling finances. I made that mistake. My mom was gracious, and I took on too much debt. So I learned from my experience. I'm not above that mistake. So, yeah, I mean, if you can, try to avoid it. But if you can't, and if your parent wants to be a blessing to you, the biggest thing I would say is, either let it be a gift with no strings attached or just don't do a loan, because it gets too messy. And the siblings, they start to scratch. But what I realize is everyone gets help different ways. Some people get help with a down payment. Some people live rent-free with their parents, and then they blame the other sibling. Like, oh, you helped this sibling. Yeah, but you've been living rent-free at your mommy's house for 10 years extra. So that doesn't count. So look, parents help kids, and that's a blessing. Look, if I had a kid, I would help them. I mean, if I could, I love my dog, I love my parent. But look, at a certain point, all I'm trying to say is build your own life. That's it, period. Good job. Best of experience shared. Thank you. As usual, laughing. Good job. Really valuable content. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate me. Guys, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have everything in life, use your creativity as a side gig so that you can own it, okay? Because believe me, I could have more views. I could have more subscribers. I know how to play the game very well in life. And if you're making it your full-time hustle, you have to play the game. But if you're not, you can do your own independent videos on what matters to you. And that's true. Really valuable content. Thank you. If you're looking for independence, that's the way to go. Damn right. 100 emoji. Nice. Thank you, Dennis. I love you and I respect you and appreciate you. African amazing. Hey, Sam and all. Good to see you. Richard, what's up, brother? New to your channel. Well, welcome. Good vibes from you. Well, thank you for the pleasant comment. Plus, you're funny as hell. It's good to laugh, brother. It's a blessing from the Lord. And you like hip hop and R&B. That's true. I do. Guys, look. That's true. Thank you for the comment, brother. Appreciate you. Richard, I'm from NYC. Shout out to NY. Maybe you're upstate. I'm not sure if you're upstate New York or NYC. So I can relate to a lot you say. Well, I appreciate that. Love and respect to you. Cameron, I've been more happy with money than without. Oh, I damn sure agree with that. Money bag emoji to you, brother. I don't know anyone that's happy broke, man. I really don't. Richard, ever thought of stand-up comedy? Well, this is kind of like my stand-up bit. I think Maya Angelou had that quote, I want to live life with a little bit of humor, a little bit of pizzazz. I don't know, just like a little bit of everything. So I try to be somewhat well-balanced. But look, it's good to laugh, period. And it's good to be serious. It's good to do both. There was one guy in here, like one of the original psychopaths that used to troll my channel. He would come in every night like it's his stand-up gig. And I said, look, brother, I don't mind you sharing a joke, but this ain't open mic night, all right? So, go to a comedy show if you want. Now, not BVT. I love BVT. There's some other psychopath. So, look, laughter is good for the soul. Thank you, brother. Kristen, hey, Sam. Sending you good vibes. Well, I appreciate that. The Buffalo Bills won today, did they? Well, I still think about the 3 championships they lost in the 90s, but I'm old school. I gave my landlord my notice. Okay. I'm out November 1st. Okay, well, best of luck to you. Thank you for inspiring me to live mentally. Well, love and respect. I will be on the road soon. Yep. And look, there's going to be some things about the road you don't like. And it's no guarantee you'll do it forever. Like I always tell you guys, it's a transitional lifestyle for some people, for most people, not a sustainable lifestyle for most people. But either way, if you're young, if you're healthy, if you got the opportunity to do it and you want to try it, try it. Worst case scenario, you end up back renting again. Guys, there's a million Airbnbs. There's a million rentals. So, you have certain time windows in life. The average life expectancy is 80. So guess what, guys? Look at your age, look at your abilities, and look at your opportunities, and seize the moment of your life, and everything changes and evolves. So best of luck to you. Thank you for the positive comment. Return on the Mac. Hey, I'll move out when I'm comfortable with my bank account, credit, investments. Well, good luck with that. Look, it's your life. You do whatever you want. But you damn sure aren't going to be a return on the Mac living with your mama. Shit, I don't care what your bank account look like, but hey, do you? I'm not mad at you, Lila. My dad's friend buy RV South Florida, 10,000. Well, look, the biggest thing with an RV is where you're going to park it, the gas, and the maintenance. Okay, it's not the initial cost, because many times what I've learned is the RV lifestyle is not so cheap, not so simple. I did a video about that, and you're going to need a place to park. So I took the 1,000 Trails membership. That solves that problem. But you're going to have to move a lot. You're going to have to pay gas, and you're going to have maintenance. I know a psychopath that bought a $2,000 junk RV. And it worked for about 1 month, and he's been fixing it for about 4 months, and he probably dumped another $2,000 in it. And now he's back to living in his van. So is that wisdom? Not in my opinion, but what should you do? Whatever you want. Good job. Sam, I was supposed to go on date Saturday. Okay, well, congratulations if that backed out. We planned it out for over a week. When the time came, the dreaded thought of starting a family came up, and I chickened out. Congratulations. You have taught me good. Well, brother, let me tell you something. You go to Walmart, you buy your N1 socks, and you watch some free porn, that gets you right out of your system, brother. And you're better off for it, in my opinion. But what should you do? Whatever you want. Dennis. Holly Berry. Wonder if being a mom has been worth it to her. No one will ever tell you. But what I could tell you is I've dated a lot of MILFs, and some of them basically say they regret their kids. They basically say in one breath they love their kids, they're the best thing that ever happened to them, and then the next breath they said they kind of wish they never had them. Now, some people won't tell you that, but when you're banging a MILF, she may tell you that with pillow talk. Be the best son or daughter you can be. I agree with that for your mom. That's true. It's a good goal. I agree with that, brother. Love to you. Dennis, learn how to say thank you graciously. I agree with that. Amen. Maria, I love all caps your videos. Well, thank you. A compliment will get you far. Can't have enough of them. Well, damn it, Maria. Me and you are in love, but not physically, just virtually. Why? Because as soon as we start to hate each other, all caps, I go my separate ways, you go your separate ways, and that's the best type of life. Why? Because we both live on our own, and we both call our own shots, and that's what I like. Good job. Hold on. Let me return to the Mac. His mom's calling him to go get some more Hot Pockets. John. Son, don't use up all the toilet paper. Son, you got to flush twice. Stop backing up the toilet bowl. Yeah, return to the Mac. Give me a break. John, moved out at 23 to live with my girlfriend. Well, good job. After that train wreck, well, good day. Yeah, there we go. Ended, she kicked me out. Yeah, that's right. Now you're to return to the Mac. I lived in my car for a while. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Better to live in your car than live in your mama's house because you're an adult. You're doing for yourself. But some people don't like that. That's right. That's how I found you. Love to you. Now I'm on my own and moving forward in life. Hey, brother. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of people spend their whole life in college and never get a job. I know they're trying to be a millionaire living with their mom and they never move out. Guess what, guys? Part of being adult is going out there and building your life. But if you don't want to do that, I ain't mad at you. Look, here's another resentful person I blocked, came back with the same name. And what do? I block him again because, guys, I go out there and build my own life. I don't live with you. I don't live by your rules. See, you still live with your mom. You live with her rules. That's why you have to take your resentment out on me because you're unhappy with your own life. You're not a happy life. You're unhappy life. I know like some of the psychopaths, what they do is they put the opposite. Either they put a completely nasty tag name for their channel or they put a completely opposite one thinking they're going to trick me. But guys, I've seen it all. And let me tell you something. I'm not impressed by a YouTube bully. Not impressed. Cameron, any tips on getting into the electrical field? Yeah, apply for any electrical job. Get an apprentice job. That's what I did for my first 5 years. I was an apprentice. And for the first year, all I did was lug equipment. Second year, all I did was lug equipment and get coffee. So guys, apply, especially, you can apply for any non-union or union electrician. If you get into the union, you're better off. But if there's no union around, just apply for any apprentice job. and get your foot in the door, learn a trade. You have to do it for a few years. I hated working construction. I hated it, but I saw it as a means to ends. And I gave other people, I didn't just take that job and then say, all right, I'm better than everyone else. I gave other people I knew the same opportunity, and some of them squandered it. They didn't want to take advantage. They didn't want to sacrifice. And guess what? Then they came in with a fake profile, and then they start blasting me. But guys, I gave some people the same opportunities I had, and they're still nasty. And what I can tell you is, look, I'm not impressed by psychopaths, guys. I'm not impressed with people with YouTube channels that want to talk nasty to me. Not doing it. So that's what I would tell you. Just start now and refine as you go, brother. Maria, greetings from Brazil. Well, you're all over the place. I ain't mad at that. January Jordan. Adults living with their parents still is total disaster unless you're physically or mentally disabled. I'd agree with that. Looking forward to watching the replay on this one. Well, brother, I'm going to give it to you good. So I appreciate that, man. Love to you. Cameron. Thanks, Sam. I'll try to do it. I love you, brother. I believe in you. Richard. Block those negative people. I will, brother. Look, I've been making videos for 2.5 years. I've been doing videos more consecutively than these people have had a job. And I work a full-time job. This is my second hustle. So what I could tell you is, look, I didn't build my life and build my career off being intimidated by bullies or by being insecure, okay? I've gotten help. I've given other people help. But ultimately, you got to go out there and live your own life and not worry about what the negative people say. Because negative people only are projecting their negativity on you because they're unhappy with themselves. I've never met a confident, successful person project negativity onto you if they're happy with themselves. So guys, look, I know the game. I know psychology. I mean, come on, guys. You know, what do you want me to do? I already know what the game you're playing. I'm not impressed. So, you know, for me, it's not impressed. Iron asks, what do I do? I'm an IT engineer. Okay, I started off as electrical field. I have my own electrical contracting business. Then I got into the IT industry, built myself up from a field engineer to a lead engineer to a remote infrastructure engineer. So what I could tell you is, look, been working for 23 years, been working for the same company for 10 plus years. I got great reviews with all my companies. Why? Because look, I show up, I'm positive, I don't bitch and moan, and don't get involved in gossip. So, you know, this is what it is. Good job. Lila, my friend, all caps, doing better still. Previous cancer, good job, we're praying for him. Lila, I love you, you're a positive person, never forget it. Prayer emoji. Cameron, do you have any electrical degrees? Yeah, well, I have a journeyman certificate and I have a master electrical contracting degree that I got from New Jersey. You have, one is to get a journeyman certificate, you have to have a certain amount of work experience, years working in the field, and you have to have a certain amount of time in school. And then I built up some credits also doing that for electrical engineering. And then I went and I got my master's electrician certification. In the state of New Jersey, you have to take a test issued by the state to show that you know business law, fire code enforcement, and electrical code enforcement. And it took me 3 times. I failed the first 2 times, but on the 3rd time I passed. Persistence beats resistance. And what I can tell you is, look, never take advice from someone on YouTube that isn't consistent, isn't inspiring you. But look, even if you don't believe me, do I care? No. Why? Because I have a full-time job. I don't need to pander. Good job. So what I can tell you is, guys, look, I broke down life. I shared my life. Some people hate it. Who hates it? Whoever hates their own life. Because what I could tell you is, if someone's happy with their life, why are they watching me? If someone's unhappy with me, why are they watching me? Let's stay positive. Thanks. All right, guys, look, I broke down life. All right. So what I could tell you is, keep smiling, keep showing up, keep doing you. Because, guys, your best life, your independent life, is only obtained through you being adult and pushing past resistance, pushing past all the insecure, negative people who have given up on their own life. And now they're like the crabs in the bucket. When you're a crab in the bucket and you climb to the top, all the crabs at the bottom want to pull you down. Why? Because they're unhappy with themselves. But little do they know, they're spending more energy trying to pull you down than if they pulled themselves right up and got the hell out of that bucket. But they won't. And what I could tell you is, until you get out of mommy's house, you're in the bottom of the barrel, okay, unless you have a physical or mental disability. So I love you guys. Do the best you can. But your independence is based on you going out there and making your life. Never forget it. Love to you. Peace to you. And keep moving forward. Good job.